Gemini Man, Alien, Jurassic Park, or Resident Evil. Does anyone know what all these movies have in common? Genetic cloning. Most people have seen some form of genetic cloning, whether it's in a movie or in your local grocery store. Yes, you heard me correctly, in your local grocery store. Reflect back to what you ate this morning, yesterday, or even last week. Are you aware of what you're putting in your mouth? Now imagine watching a younger child pick something up off the floor. It could be a Cheerio, cleaning supply, eraser, or even a toy. Would you stop them? Of course, because that thing has been on the floor and it's full of germs. It may even be harmful to them. The humane and empathetic side of you is going to stop that child, but who's going to stop you? Who's there to tell you when something is harmful and you shouldn't ingest it? Your parents? Your siblings? Your friends? What about the FDA? The FDA has approved cattle, swine, goat clones, and the offspring of any animal clones traditionally consumed as food, stating they're safe for human and animal consumption. But here's the kicker. Food labels do not have to state that the food is from animal clones or their offspring. So I'll ask again, do you know what you're putting in your mouth? Genetic cloning refers to the process of isolating a DNA sequence for the purpose of making multiple clones. In layman terms, it's making copies or clones of anything from plants, animals, or etc. However, you could even play around with DNA, taking out what you don't like and adding in different varieties of what you do. For instance, animal clones or copies of the best animals in a herd are used for conventional breeding. Their sexually reproduced offspring of the animal clones become the food-producing animal. Some say we need animal cloning or genetic cloning, and we may. Clones are superior in breeding. They produce healthier offspring. Animal cloning offers great benefits to consumers, farmers, and endangered species. Cloning allows farmers and ranchers to accelerate the reproduction of their most prized livestock in order to produce safe and healthy food, and it gives us an opportunity to strike back and end the hunger crisis. Sounds like a great deal to me. Ending world hunger, that would be amazing. Research have found some adverse health effects in animals that have been cloned, though. These include increase in birth size and a variety of defects in vital organs such as the liver, brain, and heart. Other consequences include premature aging and problems with the immune system. I don't know about you, but I really can't picture myself heading out to order a nice, sick steak. In the American Veterinary Journal, Dr. Serpell said the processing of cloning is not easy. There are still many errors. Lots of fetuses are aborted or born with several abnormalities. This brings up animal welfare considerations. But you also have the cases of inbreeding, using the perfect mutation of animal species to reproduce, and that's a problem in itself. And what about the price? It's at least $15,000 to clone a cow and $4,000 to clone a sow. This was stated by Mark Walton, president of Viagen, a company located in Texas that provides animal cloning. Now, generally speaking, a natural cow costs $2,000 to $5,000. This cow could be bred and so on. But we're spending triple that amount on creating one that may not even be healthy. It may have to be put down depending on what abnormalities it has. So we're wasting $15,000 that could have bought 3 cows. What about the consumers? The FDA approved not to share if the meat is cloned on the labels, but shouldn't this be our choice? They published a statement saying cloned meat does not pose enough risk to place cloned on the label. But shouldn't this also be our choice? If it's perfectly safe, why hide it? Ending world hunger is like finding a cure for cancer. We should be shouting to buy clone meat from the rooftops. But we're not, because we don't even know that we're ingesting it. Imagine going to the grocery store and actually seeing clone meat on the label. Would you buy it? Would you be curious as to what lab or environment that animal was bred in? Could you see yourself eating it or cooking it for your family? Or even bringing it to a potluck for others to consume? Would you feel guilty about serving it? Or would you tell them? Or would you hold it to yourself because it's no big deal? Now imagine someone doing that to you. How would you feel? I've merely focused on animal cloning, but the truth is people are cloning pets, plants, and other species. Parents unable to have children are looking into cloning rather than adopting. As I am empathetic to their situation, there is still something very inhumane about it. With this type of cloning, no one would ever have to die, just make more clones. Genetic cloning used to be storylines of movies. Now it's headlines like space travel or walking on the moon. What will be the next creation? Terminator, or should we follow iRobot's storyline? At what point will just being be enough? All creations are not created equal, nor are they good for the society. The creation of cars gets us places faster, but nearly 1.5 million people are killed in crashes each year, not to mention the carbon footprint or pollution. The point I'm trying to make is, if genetic cloning is as safe as the FDA says, why is it being hidden from the labels? Even cigarettes have a warning from the Surgeon General on the carton. Why aren't we given a choice? We're given a choice about what other people can do with their bodies. Why aren't we given a choice about what we do or don't want to put in our own? The next time someone asks, "What are you putting in your mouth?" make sure you actually know. We spend our money, so it should be our choice. We pay taxes, so it should be our choice. We pick and choose on everything else we want to do in our lives because it's our choice. Let's stop genetic cloning, or at least push the FDA to correctly label the products. We should have a choice.